What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rich 90 back once again. So today we're back on the C-10 project. So we're doing the rear brakes. I already jacked it up. I have it on jack stands over here. And first thing we need to do is get this drum off. So in the event that this drum, big shout out to Kenny and Norma out there in Stockton, California, for reminding me that I do have a tripod and I need to use it. So it is what it is. Anyway, back to the task at hand. This is your rear drum brake. In order to get this off, sometimes they'll slide off, but if they're a little stubborn, you can always take a hammer, which I, tap it all the way around. Sometimes that'll free it up. Sometimes it takes a little persuasion. And just like that, it comes off. As you can see, I'm not sure how well y'all can see that, but we do have some lines. But not to worry, we have brand new drums. So this is what your brake shoes looks like here. So when you do this, just make sure that you take a picture of what it looks like. That way when you go to put it back together, you should be able to get it done. And what I'll do is let me get a picture, get all these spider webs out of here. This truck has been sitting for probably at least 3 years since I've had it, before I started working on it. So a couple tools that you'll be able to use. These are some of your old tools. This is like your spring, for your springs, and this is for these little springs right here on the sides. And basically you stick it in, twist it, and then you'll be able to pull this pin that's in here that's holding it, the retainer, out the back. So if you don't have these, then you can use a pair of pliers, a flat blade screwdriver, and that should be able to do everything that we need to do in here. So I will put some more light on here so it's better for you to see and get rid of some of these cobwebs. And while I do that, go ahead and watch the intro. All right, to get this piece off, there's two 10mm bolts. one right here, and then the other one's right there. And that will release this, and then we'll put our new one on. 2 bolts out, this thing will pull out from the front, and you just got to maneuver it out just like that. And this is the old. So let me unbox these new parts and I'll show you what we have to work with. Alright YouTube, we got our emergency brake lever transferred over. We have our front shoe. And we have a bag of parts that we're going to be using to put this thing back together. So let's get it. Alright YouTube, so the first thing we need to do is go ahead and put our shoes back on. So in order to do that, we need these springs, and we need these pins, and these pins go through the back just like this. You put your shoe on, then you put your spring on. So we got that. Your bigger shoe goes in the back, and then your shorter shoe go in the front. Alright YouTube, we got the springs and everything back on. As you can see, we use yellow springs here. These gray springs are new. This black spring right here is new. This yellow spring here is new. And then down here, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but this green spring is new. We reuse this adjuster. We reuse the adjuster arm. We use this piece right here. We reuse this piece up here with the 2 little ears on it. I don't know what all this stuff is called, so forgive me. And we will be reusing this piece, and it just goes from here to here, and there's a little spring that goes on it. Other than that, I think that is about it, and these are ready to go back on. Put the drum on and we should be good to go. And then we just go ahead and do the other side. Alright, let's see if we can do this in real time. I've done the other side. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through, and we're gonna go ahead and speed the video up right about here. Make sure you keep this spring. You will use this piece. Make sure you keep this other screw. And you're definitely going to need this. So make sure you keep this. And that's pretty much it. So these are all the pieces that you are going to reuse to put your brakes back together. So what we're going to do is we're just going to clean them up real quick, hit them with some rust inhibitor, Rust-Oleum, and then we'll be ready to put these back on in about 15 minutes. So let's get started. And you ain't gotta knock, you know, all the rust off. You just want to knock all the big stuff off. These are not going to be seen, so I'm not really worried about them looking all good and stuff. So we'll let that dry and we'll be back. All right, so we're ready to start putting stuff back together. Here's the part for our new on the front is to be called a caliper. I don't know what you call it in the rear. I call it a pump, booster, whatever you want to call it. If you know, put it down in the comments and let me know what you actually call this thing. But anyway, here's the part number. Hopefully I can focus. The only thing I've done is I put our spring back on to hold our one brake shoe on. We're going to put our this piece back in with the two 10mm bolts that we use to take it out, and it just slides right over the top. Let me lift y'all guys up so y'all can see. And it just goes right in that hole right there. So the bleeder goes up top, so you just take it and just like that. All right, we got our second holder on. Don't forget to reuse these. These came out of the old pump pusher, so these just slide right back in. And these will start coming together once we start putting some more stuff on, like springs. Next, we'll put our adjuster on. And this basically goes down here like this. But we're gonna put our spring on first. Just like that, spring is on. Now we gotta try to squeeze our adjuster in here. This is this piece right here. Just like that, our adjuster's in. We'll get this back in a second. Just like that. All right, next. We'll put this piece on. Just like that. Then this piece hooks right in here. It hooks right here. So let me get this on and we'll be back. There you go. Black spring is on. Now we gotta get the silver spring in, but before we do that, we need to put our pusher back in. And it does have these little notches in it, and they just fit right inside of here. Just like that. Like that. Then we'll put our gray spring back on. This goes from here. See if we can do this without it popping off. And and just like that, our brakes are in. So we'll get this adjusted. And then we're ready for our drums to go on. So I'll go get the drum and then we'll be back. Alright, we got our springs back on. We got the top spring on for our front shoe. We got the black spring on for our rear shoe. We have our keepers in place. We also have, oh, I forgot it, y'all, on the tripod. We have our rear, our adjuster down here along with our green spring. Don't forget to put this spring back in. I did, but it's an easy thing to do. You just pull this thing out a little bit, stick it on, and then you're good to go. Also, don't forget to put this piece back in, this little fork piece with this little spring on it. I forgot to do that too. So now we can actually put our drum on and spin it and see how it actually does. So I didn't want to use these old drums just because they're rusted. I don't know when the last time they've been changed. And we have more horsepower than this thing came with from the factory. So I think making sure that all the brakes are good from top to bottom is a good investment. So All right, YouTube, I had to go out and get a new adjuster screw, which is this silver piece right here. This one was froze up and wouldn't move. So the part number, this came from AutoZone, but the part number is the H1531, excuse me, H1531, yeah. And this is for the passenger side. The driver's side is H1530, but no one had that one, so I'll show you what we got for the other side, and it came from Napa. So now it's time to put the drum on. This is our new drum. Just like that. And we're good to go. When you spin this, you just want to have a little bit of drag. So I think that's good. And again, it has that self-adjusting lever that's inside of there that will adjust it. So I think we'll call this good. So we'll go to the other side and do it, and I'll show you what I got for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this tire back on, get this thing off of the jack stand, and put it back on these little dollies. All right, so Napa had this kit. They didn't have the actual adjuster for the brake shoes for the passenger side, so I bought the kit. Kit was $18. The other one was like $5 and some change. But inside the kit, you get a new brake, emergency brake arm. You get a couple of new springs and everything else. But the main thing we were after was this piece right here, which is the spacer. So what I've done is we put some anti-seize inside of here to keep it from seizing up, and then we also used a little tab of grease on this top piece that goes right here. So we're good to go. So I'll get this installed and we'll be right back. All right, we got the piece in, and no, we don't. All right, we got the piece in right here, so we just gotta tighten it up, or adjust it out, should I say. And it should catch just like that. Then we'll take our drum, put it on. All right, just like that, we got the drum on. It's got a little movement to it, but not super. Not a lot. Drum rotors or drums came from Amazon, along with all the springs. Again, you can get that same kit from Napa. I think it's like 18 bucks per side, so 36 bucks. I think I bought the springs somewhere else for, I don't know, maybe 10 bucks or something like that. But anyway, everything that I use in today's video will be down in the description below. As always, we're still working on the cab, so thank you for subscribing. Please hit the like and hit that bell so you get notified anytime we do some projects on this channel. And we'll till the next time. Peace.